Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear students, welcome to the next recording for our subject Human Resource Management AAM2053. For this recording, we will look into the discussion of the third topic for the subject, which is job analysis. So before we start, I would like to share with you that at the end of the class, I hope that you will understand the conception, the definition, the process of job analysis. Specifically, I also believe that at the end of the lecture, insyaAllah, you can describe and differentiate two main factors or two main sub of job analysis, which are job description and also job specification. And then at the end of the lecture as well, I hope that you can list several of the importance of job analysis to HR managers. And then I also hope that at the end of the class, you can differentiate between HR managers and also line managers, and in the same time to look into the similarities and also differences of scope, of responsibility scope related to job analysis between these two HR managers and also line managers. And then I hope that at the end of the class, you know how to conduct job analysis. And then the last one is, you know what are the types of job analysis information that we always have in human resource management. And then last one is, you know, and you can explain what is actually job designs. Alright, let us look into job analysis. The meaning of job analysis is a purposeful, systematic process for collecting information on the important work-related aspects of the job, of a particular job. Another meaning of job analysis is a technique of studying a job to identify the skills, knowledge, experience, and other requirements necessary to perform a job. Let's say an organization wants to have job analysis on an occupation or a particular job in that particular organization, which is a lecturer. So job analysis will be the technique of studying a job of a lecturer, and then to identify the skills needed by the lecturer to conduct his job, the knowledge that he needs to acquire in order to perform his job, and also the experience that might be needed for him to do his job as a lecturer. And then according to other scholars, job analysis is a process to identify and determine in detail the particular job duties and requirements and the relative importance of these duties for a given job. For example, to be a lecturer, so to have a job analysis on the occupation of a lecturer, it is a process to identify and determining all the details related to job duties. For a lecturer, maybe the duties can be separated into several categories: teaching and learning, for example, and then conducting research, presenting academic papers in any conference or any academic platform, writing academic outcomes such as maybe research outcomes or research findings, and write it maybe in books, in journals, and so on. And then doing some community services activities and others. So job analysis is the process of determining and identifying all these details which are related to the scope of a lecturer, for example. So job analysis is a process where judgments are made about data collected on a job. So after a group of people in an organization identifying maybe a list of job duties, a list of job requirements, and then they will have a look and they will judge whether the data collected is actually correct with a particular kind of job or not. And then in job analysis, there are always two kind of documents that an organization needs to look into and to prepare for doing a job analysis. Number one is job description, and the second one is job specification. So in job description, in this document, okay, it describes the job. For example, the job title, the information that need to be sought in job description. Number one is job title. Next is job location, job summary, reporting to whom, and then the working conditions of that particular occupation or job, and then the duties of the job, machines and facilities need to be used in order to perform the job, and also hazards that might appear while a person is doing his job. So all this information are being put in a document that we call as job description. The next document is job specification. So what are the specifications that need to be acquired by a person who will do that particular job, who will hold that particular occupation? So among those information in job specification document are qualifications, experience, training programs that he or she had attended, and then skills that they or a person is actually acquired, and then the responsibilities that need to be done while doing the job, emotional characteristics that need to be acquired by that particular person, and also sensory demands if necessary. Okay, maybe a particular job needs a person to have such sensory demands. Okay, such as those who work in a factory, the operational workers, they might need to use a lot of sensory capacity. So that's why in a job specification document, some occupations or some workers need to show some sensory capability because of the demands in that particular occupation. Okay, I just bring one example of job analysis matrix that always been used by big companies and big organizations in terms of doing job analysis correctly, efficiently in their organizations. So among those are 4 types of things. Number one, the question of what the worker does. And this is related to the worker's duties, the worker's task, and also the worker's responsibilities. Number 2 is how the worker does it. So this is related so much to the methods that been used by a worker in order to perform his job, the tools that he or she uses, and then techniques been implemented by a person to do his job. The third thing is related to the question of why, and why the worker does it. So it might related to the outcome of an occupation. They are doing their job because they want to produce some products maybe, or they want to deliver some services. And the fourth element in job analysis matrix is related to the questions of worker qualifications, the capacity, the capability, the skills, knowledge, abilities, and also physical demands of workers that are the qualification that needed by an organization for that particular person to form the job. Alright, now we move on to the explanation of job descriptions. So what is job descriptions? So job descriptions is the principal product of a job analysis. Job descriptions represents a written summary of the job as an identifiable organization unit. So job descriptions are fundamental documents valuable in a variety of human resource functions. Job descriptions can be used in several human resource management practices or processes. For example, in recruitment and selection, whereby a job description will be referred in order to recruit new workers or new employees and then select those employees based on job descriptions. And then for training program, a group of workers who need to be sent to any training programs will be dictated or will be selected based on job descriptions. And also in setting performance standards and also appraisal system in an organization. So typical headings in any job description include job title, the location, and also grading. For example, for a job of a lecturer, so the title for sure a lecturer, and then location maybe Faculty of Leadership and Management, and also grading, the grade of the lecturer of a particular position of a lecturer. For example, a senior lecturer, grade 52, associate professor, grade 53 or 54, and so on. And then the other heading is relationships between the job holder and others. What is the synchronization? What is the interconnectivity between a lecturer with maybe clerks, with maybe the administrator of the organization, with maybe the other lecturers, with maybe the technician who also works in the faculty. So the relationships must be included there, so that a particular person who look into job descriptions, they know that they are not working silo. They are not working in silo, but they need to work with any other persons in his working surrounding. Next is brief statement on the purpose of the job. Okay, maybe as a lecturer, the purpose of job is going to conduct, a lecturer is going to conduct teaching and learning sessions daily, and then maybe the next purpose of the job is to disseminate academic information or to disseminate ilmu, knowledge through several platforms. For example, the platform of paper presentation in conference, the platform of writing journals and books, the platform of giving some community contribution towards the people out of university, and so on. Next is list of duties and responsibilities. So if in Malaysia, for example, a lecturer has 7 P's. P's in Malay, 7 P's. The first P is pengajaran dan pembelajaran, teaching and learning. And then the next duty is the second P, penyeliaan or supervision, thesis supervision, research supervision. The third P might be related to penyelidikan or conducting research. Number 4, the fourth P is maybe pembentangan, presentation of academic papers in journals, in conference or in any other platforms. And other P's, pemasyarakatan, maybe the contribution towards the society and others. Next is terms and conditions of employment to be given to the job holder. Okay, how long a particular lecturer will need to work with the institution or with the organization. And then what are the conditions of employment in terms of the right of the workers and also the right of the employers. So terms and conditions like this will also appear in job description document. And some of the organizations, they also take some extra step in terms of listing out negative aspects of the job. Maybe some dangerous things that might happen, that might occur, okay, in a particular occupation. So the holder of the occupation or the holder of the particular job will take a good care of those negative aspects. For example, those who work as a technician or engineers, okay, in any organization that related to hazardous kind of environment at the workplace. So these negative aspects is a kind of forecast, jangkaan about what could be happen if a particular occupation not being performed well. Alright. Next is related to knowledge, skills, and abilities required to do the job. So this is related to another document in job analysis, which we call as job specification, or some organization perceive it as person specification. So job specification document is different with job description. Job description is describing the job, but job specification is describing the person who holds the job. So typical information include knowledge, skills, and abilities required to do the job, and then the educational qualifications and also work experience required from a particular person who will do that particular job, and then the physical requirements of the job, if any, and then personality requirements where relevant, and the last one is career path for that particular person. And so those are the information that typically will be included in a document that we call as job specification or person specification. So what are the tasks? Okay, what are the positions? What are the job? Okay, so task, position, and job has its own ideas or meanings. Okay, task, for example, it is a coordinated and aggregated series of work. We are working, we are doing several works. So those what we call as task. So coordinated and aggregated series of work elements used to produce an output or to deliver a service or a product. For example, a unit of production or service to a client. Next is position. So what is position? It consists of the responsibilities and duties performed by an individual worker. So there are as many positions in an organization as they are employees. So what are the types of responsibilities? Okay, as a lecturer, those 7 P's that I told you just now: pengajaran dan pembelajaran, penyelidikan, teaching and learning, research and others. And also duties. Duties mean whatever work, whatever task that need to be associated with the responsibilities. Pengajaran dan pembelajaran, teaching and learning. So the duties is so much related to the preparation of the class material, the preparation of examination or assessment materials, and others. Next is job. A job consists of a group of tasks. Just now, when we talk about task, is a kind of aggregated series of work. Okay, so job is a group of tasks that must be performed for an organization to achieve its goals. It may need the service of one person or many, depending upon the positions. So group of positions that are similar in their duties, such as clerks for postgraduate students and clerks for administration purpose. Now we move on to the importance of job analysis to HR managers. The first importance is work redesign. So job analysis and job design are actually interrelated. An organization will seek to redesign work in order to make it more effective or more efficient. To redesign the work, detail into about the existing jobs must be available. For example, maybe because of the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, so the work of a lecturer need to be redesigned because they are no more handling classes face to face. They need to handle the class, handle their lectures using what we call as synchronous class, live class through the internet, through the media, the social media platform, for example, or any applications. So in order to have an effective and efficient kind of new way of teaching, so job analysis, is so important in terms of doing what we call as work design, work redesign. So in redesigning a particular work or a particular job or a particular occupation, an organization need to look into a subtle kind of information related to job description and also job specification. Next is the importance of job analysis. Next is towards HR planning. In human resource planning, planners analyze an organization's human resource needs in a dynamic environment and develop activities that enable an organization to adapt to any change. So change for any organization might be related to political change, might be related to the current economical change, technological change, and others. So this planning process requires accurate information about the levels of skill required in various jobs in making sure to make sure that enough people are available in the organization to meet the human resource needs of the strategic plan. Next, the importance of job analysis is towards recruitment and selection. A new job or a current vacancy, its requirements must be defined for recruitment to be effective. So job analysis identifies job requirements and skills needed to perform the job. In selection, both job description and also job specifications will assist in getting the best person for a vacancy. So it means that all the information in job description about the job and also job specification will assist in getting the best person for a particular vacancy. So next is, it means that, okay, when we talk about the importance of job analysis to HR managers, so it's related so much to everything that I have mentioned, okay, which are number one, redesign, HR planning. Next is recruitment and selection, and any other kind of activities such as for performance appraisal, career planning, and also evaluating any specific job or specific occupation. Okay, this is just a kind of additional information. Okay, you need to know you need to know the different association between human resource managers and also line managers. So it can be depicted through this particular diagram, okay, whereby in any organization we have such hierarchy and also such line in organization or such departments. For example, when we talk about line and staff organization, those who are the HR managers or maybe sales managers, they have all these kind of staff organization or staff responsibilities. It means that every workers, okay, in different departments still need to consult these managers related to anything with their job, with their career, with their issues and so on. For example, those who need to maybe apply for holiday or apply for a leave, so that person need to consult human resource managers and also maybe in any other kind of things related to sales manager. So those workers need to consult sales managers because they are having these staff responsibilities. But when we talk about line responsibilities, so we have all those line managers in different departments. Like what we have here in region A, sales manager. Region this is supposed to be region A, B and C. Sorry for the spelling mistakes. Okay, so region A sales manager will be the line managers for all the sales people in region A only. For region B and C, they also have their line responsibilities towards salesperson or sales people under their region only. Alright, so these are the differences, and I hope that you can understand. Okay. Alright. Next is how to conduct job analysis. Job analysis, as what we knew, provides a summary of a job's duties and responsibilities, the relationship to other jobs, knowledge and skills required for that particular job, and working conditions under which it is performed. So job analysis is conducted after the job has been designed, the worker has been trained, and the job is being performed. So that's why we need to know that job analysis can only be executed after the job has been designed. Kalau sesuatu pekerja belum wujud lagi, macam mana nak buat job analysis? Okay, so after the job has been designed, and then our workers has been trained to do the job, and then the job is being performed by that particular person, then we can conduct a job analysis. So how to conduct job analysis is also related to three kind of conditions. So job analysis is necessary when the organization is founded and job analysis program is initiated for the first time. For example, an organization has just been developed. Okay, that organization have a group of workers, and the workers are starting doing their job. So job analysis program, okay, need to be initiated because for the first time, maybe. So it means that it will help in terms of identifying job specification and also job description for that particular occupation. Number 2, when new jobs are created. For example, an organization has a new wing or a new business wing which created several new jobs or occupations. So there, when the organization needs to conduct job analysis. And then the third condition is when jobs are changed significantly, related so much to the changes in technology, in methods of the job being done, procedures or systems. So those changes, when it happened, so an organization need to conduct job analysis. So individuals involved should at a minimum the employee themselves and the employee's immediate supervisor. For example, if I am going to be if a job of a lecturer like me, okay, need to be conducted, the job analysis need to be conducted on my particular occupation. So the individuals involved for sure is myself and also any other lecturers, and also the immediate supervisor, orang atas yang paling hampir, iaitu our head of program or our deputy deans or our dean. And then those who need to conduct the job analysis for large organizations, it always be the job analyst, special kind of person who do analysis on job. Or it also been done by human resource manager and his team. And then for small organization, okay, it might be done by maybe line supervisors or the managers. And then in certain organization, they also get the assistance from consultants, because consultants in human resource, they have all the capability, the skills, the maybe new technique and new application in computer application in doing or in conducting job analysis. So in preparation, the analyst or anyone who do the job analysis learns about the job by reviewing organizational charts and meeting with job holders. So the analyst must attempt to develop mutual trust and confidence with those whose jobs are being analyzed by helping them, helped by the supervisors, the immediate supervisors. So those who are doing the job analysis, they will meet a particular group of workers, or maybe a person who are doing a kind of occupation, and then they are having a meeting with them, and then they try to develop mutual trust, and maybe in that particular session will be accompanied by the immediate supervisors of the worker or of the group of workers. So how to conduct job analysis? According to scholars, there are 3 steps. 3 steps in doing job analysis. The first step is identify the jobs to be analyzed. Okay, and then the second one is develop a job analysis questionnaire. And the third step is collect job analysis information. As much information as a person who are conducting job analysis can have. Now we move to the first step in conducting job analysis, which is job identification. In large companies, analysts may have to construct list of jobs from the payroll records, sistem penggajian, and then organizational charts, and discuss with workers and also supervisors. Analysts may use prior records to identify many of the jobs in the organization. The next step is questionnaire development. So analysts can use standardized form to collect job information uniformly. In any organization, if they are having their specific human resource department, they always have several forms in order to collect job information standardized between different departments. So this is what we call as job information uniformly. So they reveal the duties. Okay, the questionnaire development stage, okay, will assist the analysts in getting the duties, responsibilities, and abilities, and also performance standards of the job investigated through that particular questionnaire. Similar jobs should be studied with the identical checklist. Okay, so these are among the checklist, the information in a checklist. For example, work activities, worker-oriented activities, machines, tools, equipment, and also work aids used in that particular occupation, job-related tangibles and intangibles elements, work performance, job context, and also personal requirements for the job. You can have a look on all these types of information in the checklist from Maimunah Aminuddin's textbook. So techniques for any job analyst to conduct job analysis can be using questionnaire like what we have discussed in our previous slides. Maybe that particular job analyst and his team can interview, can do some observations, and then can do what we call as functional job analysis. Okay, this is a kind of way to do job analysis based on consultant, based on a kind of standard set of doing job analysis that can be bought from outsiders lah, or the combination of the methods. So next is about job designs. So what is job designs? So it is the process of structuring work and designating the specific work activities of an individual or group of individuals to achieve organizational objectives. Apa dia benda ni? Job designs, process of structuring work. The structure lah work. Work of a lecturer in dakwah, for example. Work of lecturers in management. Work of lecturers in communication, akidah, counselling, and so on. So the work is actually been designating the specific work activity. So lecturer of dakwah will teach everything related to dakwah. Management will conduct research and so on related to management and so on. And maybe I can give any other examples like the structuring work and designating specific work activities of lecturers, administrators, clerks, okay, the security guards and others. So they have their own kind of work. So the designated specific work activities also different. Lecturers with lecturing, teaching, doing research and so on. Clerks related to maybe emails, typing letters, administrating the things of the faculty and others. The security guards, they will look into guarding the university and so on. So those are what we call as the design, job design. So it involves making decisions among the workers themselves as to who, what, where, when, why, and how the job will be performed by each and every single person who have their own specific job. So phases of job designs. Okay, we have 3. Number 1, the specifications of individual tasks. So the questions related to it is what different tasks must be performed. For example, a lecturer and a clerk. So the specifications of individual lecturers' tasks an individual clerk's task. So what different tasks must be performed? Lecturer with lecturing, research, clerks with document setting, internet things and others. Number 2, the specification of the method of performing each task. So lecturer might use several kind of teaching strategy. They will use lecture room. They are going to use maybe internet, media, social media to deliver the teaching and learning process. And it is different with the method of performing the task among clerks. They might play with computer only, not going to use any lecture hall and so on. And the third one is the combination of individual tasks into specific jobs to be assigned to more individuals. So how will the different tasks be grouped to form jobs? For example, a group of lecturers in da'wah, a group of lecturers in counseling and also communication, they are having different tasks and they are going to be grouped together to perform their job as efficiently as they can, as effectively as they can. Okay, so these are the 3 phases of job designs. So according to scholars, phase 1 and 3 determine the content of the job, while phase 2 indicates how the job is to be performed. Okay, we go back again to our previous slide. Okay, so the specification of individual tasks and the combination of individual tasks into specific jobs, these two determine the contents of the job. While phase 2, the specification of the method of performing each task, so this indicates how the job is to be performed. And then the goal of job design is to develop work assignments that meet the needs of the organization and also rapid changes of technology. And next, the other goal is to satisfy, to fulfill the personal needs of the job holder themselves. Okay, so I think that's all. But what is actually the need of having such job analysis? From my point of view, it is related so much with the conception of trustworthiness or al-amanah, and also responsibility or al-mas'uliyah. Why? Because amanah and mas'uliyah, trustworthiness and responsibility, is so important to every single workers, because they need to know that they come to the workplace because the organization has given responsibility for them to do his job. So he need to do his job with full trustworthy, with full responsibility, with full amanah and also mas'uliyah. Why? Because in Al-Quran, amanah is actually mentioned by Allah SWT, as Allah said in what verse? I'm not really remember, but the verse is explaining the rejection of amanah given by Allah to the heavens, the earth and the mountains. So they are all concerned with their inabilities to take on amanah and fear of it, fear of the amanah, which can cause what we call as khianat, or treacherous, which cause them to be punished later. So in al-amanah, in a verse in Al-Quran, refers to the practice of devotion and religious obligation that must be implemented, where it also implies reward and sin. So as a worker, as a human resource, which have been obliged by the employer to do his job, so job analysis help workers, help human resources to do their job in accordance to what have been asked by the organization, with what we call as full with amanah and also full with al-mas'uliyah. So thank you very much. I think that's all. We meet again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.